At BCS News. We have some interesting stories tonight to talk about. But first we start off with Jade Vargas in Staten Island with some insight on the Verrazzano Bridge. Jade.
Thanks, Mom. It sure is cold out here. This is Jade Vargas reporting from Highland Boulevard, Staten Island, New York. Just behind me is the Verrazzano Bridge. We're going to have some facts and insights on Giovanni Da Verrazzano. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jade. News of the Frost Valley trip makes waves through the cafeteria and hallways this season. All students attending must have all permission slips signed and all doctor's notes filled out properly before they attend the trip. Have a fun trip, kids. Back to you, Jade.
1485, Florence, Italy. An explorer was born, and he went by the name of Giovanni Da Verrazzano. In his developing years, Giovanni grew up in Lyons, France. At about 17, Giovanni heard about the stories of Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Amerigo Vespucci. Their stories amazed him, so therefore he wanted to go out to sea. At the age of 22, he received his own ship. He sailed to Alexandria, Beirut, and Tyre. These places are all South African trade ports on the Mediterranean Sea. In 1523, Francis I agreed to provide Giovanni with 2 ships to find the westward passage to Asia. In 1524, Giovanni had began his journey. He kept a logbook of his experiences and named his ship La Dauphine. Instead of traveling east, they traveled west. So in early March, they reached the coast of present-day Cape Fear, North Carolina. Later, they sailed the Atlantic up to Nova Scotia, East Canada. Soon, Giovanni was the first European to enter the New York Bay. Sailing to the bay, he sailed through the Narrows, which are between Brooklyn and Staten Island, New York. The Narrows in which Verrazzano has sailed through is where I'm standing right now. As you can see, there is a bridge here. It was built in honor of his voyage. It is used to go from Staten Island to Brooklyn or vice versa.
I stood here for 1 minute and I counted the cars coming from both ways. I counted over 200 cars. Now, imagine 200 cars per minute times 60 for 60 minutes times 24 for 24 hours a day. How many cars do you think that is going over Verrazzano every day?
Us New Yorkers are lucky to have such great landmarks. Now, as we use them, we can think more of them. It's getting cold out here. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Jade. That concludes our program tonight. Thank you for joining us.